Guten Morgen.
A wonderful good morning to all of you, ladies and gentlemen. Now, my colleague and I, Mr. Biesman and myself, will go ahead and explain to you our activities on active noise abatement. First of all, I will just give an overview of the general approach taken in our group and in the FFR, and then also the coming together, the cooperation, and then Mr. Biesman will give some examples in order to give you a more tangible overview of what is happening in reality. Ladies and gentlemen, for over more than 5 years now, this expert group that was commissioned by the state government of Hesse has been working on active noise abatement here at the Frankfurt airport. Now we have municipal members, we have pilots, we have people of air traffic control, we have scholars, scientists, and then also some representatives of airlines. So representatives of all the stakeholders now. What has this group been achieved so far? Well, first of all, the fact that all stakeholders take a consistent and constructive approach to looking into active noise abatement measures. This is not anything to be taken for granted. And in our group, this group was new to the Frankfurt airport. In the original planning procedure, we had regional approaches and therefore had some experience in involving different stakeholders in this process, and this also benefited this new group. We try to be very efficient and constructive in implementing active noise abatement measures, but at the same time this also requires mutual trust that is present in the group just as well. Now, active noise abatement, apart from capacity and safety, have been of equal importance. And this also means that we try to identify measures without, first of all, taking potential barriers into account, being very open and constructive. Now, this also means that we do not recommend any new departure or approach concepts without having assessed the consequences, the impact of that ahead of time. In particular, in the parts of the region that are mainly affected by the air traffic and the noise generated by that. We try to make sure that their needs are taken into account, and we also have the Air Traffic Commission that represents the entire region that is present here in this group as well. And this is why it was important for this group to make sure that we also assess measures from the municipalities in order to make sure that we can come up with optimized departure and approach procedures. Now, I believe we have a unique setup in this group, and not only a setup but also the implementation that's happened so far already. I know that there is a lot to be done. I know that implementation can be difficult also because of the diverse levels of impact that might be difficult to assess, and that is why the monitoring measures and also the trial operation that we initiate after the implementation of each method are so important. This allows us to see whether the measure that on a theoretical level we believe will make a difference is also perceived as such among the population living in the region. Now, so far, the interim balance basically that I can strike here is a very positive one. The first package of measures has either been completely implemented or is in the monitoring stage, and my dear colleague Mr. Biesman will now go ahead and give you some examples in order to illustrate the complexity of some of these measures and also the approach taken in the implementation of such measures. Thank you very much for your attention.